Well, Jennifer has an interesting story to tell us. This started several months ago with maybe you can tell the story. She met this guy, and it's actually pretty funny. Everything that happened. We were all at dinner. This is probably, I don't know, May, June, and it was right after she'd had like her second or third date with this guy, and ditched him, and he did some things that were really surprising to her that she'd never experienced in her life. And she was really animated, and she was telling a story. It was pretty funny, and things have happened since, and I want to give it all away. I want to let her tell it. So tell us about this dude, this bad pickup artist, and this guy that had no game. He was, what's the word I'm thinking? The dude was a train wreck, and he just had no charm. And so tell us how you met this guy, and then the progression of things that happened that involved her daughter, her oldest daughter, and one of her daughter's girlfriend now, I guess, because it's still ongoing. So tell us the story.
I actually have an update. Okay, so we'll start at the beginning.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, he did start out charming, but... Okay, so the backstory is that I dated a guy for 8 years, and we had a breakup, and I was kind of alone for a little while. Lockdown too, COVID didn't help. So after coming out of 3 years of kind of being alone, I was ready to get into the dating world again, but I don't do online dating. But I was at the beach with my girlfriends, with my daughters. They aren't my girlfriends, I guess. And we're all sitting on the beach hanging out, and this guy walks up. Hey, strikes up a conversation. We had a lot in common. Turns out he's from our hometown. And he's like, hey, we should get together sometime. I'm like, sure. He walks off. My daughters are like, Mom, you just picked up a guy on the beach. Like, you're the first one. I'm like, damn, I still got it after all this time. Wasn't even trying. So I get back to the hotel room. He asked me out on a date. I'm like, got a date with him on Friday night. So I'm excited to go to this date. It was a great date. He's dressed nice. He's got a good job. He was saying all the right things, and we hit it off. But I kept the date short. It's a first date, not trying to go too hard on the first date. And when I literally walked out holding his hand, and Gracie picked me up curbside because I didn't want to drive drunk, right? And I didn't want to Uber. I was just like, come get me. So I get in the car. I don't even think we kissed. I think we hugged goodnight. Off to a good start. Second date.
Did he try to kiss you?
No. It was just kind of like hug. It was first date. It was just like let's get to know each other. Because this is a total stranger. It's not even like I had anything to go on.
If you'd have really liked him, you would have kissed him. Yeah.
Also,
after 2 hours just having a drink at the bar.
And it's like first date in 3 years.
Yeah.
Was that the first date in 3 years?
First date.
Oh. Well, you were locked up at home, basically.
And it was after COVID lockdown. This is April when everything just opened up. We were just getting vaccinated. And we were finally back in the world. So, second date, we go to dinner. And I just automatically felt it not a good vibe when I sat down at the table. Something was off. I didn't feel comfortable.
What was different? Was his demeanor or his vibe different?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he knows the second date.
He felt edgier to me. Friday night at the bar was relaxed. Hey, talkative. This time he was all business. He was on a mission. I'll explain. He was on a mission because he was setting up the next day while we were on the date, which goes against what Corey always says. Don't ever set up the next date when you're on the date.
He was in a rush.
He was in a rush. We had already talked about going seeing this live band that he loved, and that was supposed to be our next get-together. But while we're on the date, he's trying to change the date to where we go closer to his house. And I'm not stupid. I know what he's doing. He's like, why don't we get a late movie and go get a drink by my house? I'm like, I know what he's doing. He's trying to get me drunk and take me home. I see how this is working. And I'm like, I see what you're doing, but we're going to play the game. I'm not stupid. We'll go see a movie. We'll go get a drink. That's fine. He's doing it. I go to the ladies' room. I come back. He's on his phone picking out the movie Like, how about this movie? It's an action. How about this movie? I'm like, can we enjoy our date? Can we just like sit and talk and hang out?
So he's giving a little bit of a desperation vibe.
So
like he was
desperate.
worried and he was fearful you were going to turn him down.
He was trying to make sure he locked up sex for the next date. I could just see it. He would panic in his eyes. The whole last 30 minutes of the date, instead of talking to me and like us hanging out, was him on his phone. What about this? Let's set up a time. Let's do this. And I'm like, dude, you're just killing the whole vibe of this date. I was agitated. I was ready to leave.
You were texting me.
So it was a total lack of confidence.
I'm not feeling the vibes. Like, I remember you were texting me. I don't know if I picked you up. I think you drove home.
Maybe I took my...
You were texting me like, the vibes are off. Because I was like, how's the date? You're like, vibes are off. I don't know about this one anymore. Like, you saw it coming.
But he was cute. He was attractive, well-dressed. It wasn't like he was like just a loser right out of the gate. So he confused me, you know? He had game on the first date. Second date, the mask kind of slipped. Like he was off his game. I was starting to see like who he was, I guess. Anyway, to speed up the story, he's walking to me to my car. I'm just ready to get out of there. I'm just like agitated at this point. Like, can we just be on a date? You're already trying to set up the next one. And I go to kiss him because I think it was you. I think it was you. Or somebody was like, have you kissed him yet? And I'm like, no, like I don't know him yet. So I was like, all right, let's do this. So I go to kiss him.
You kissed him or he tried to kiss you?
Or I went to hug him, but he wanted to kiss. I was like, okay, let's try this. Because if I didn't want to kiss him, I wouldn't have kissed him. But I was like, let's give it a shot. Was I really wanting to kiss him? No. But I was like, he's an attractive guy. Let's see if there's a chemistry there. Is there going to be a bolt of lightning moment? So I kiss him, terrible kisser. But the worst part was he just groped me. He grabs my body, grinds against me, grabs my boob, like just so awkward. I felt like it was like a middle school, like it was just so sad. Like, you know, anyway.
Bad seducer.
So I was like, good night. And I get to the car. I don't even turn the car on. I'm immediately FaceTiming my daughter, Gracie, here. Awful. Done with this one. It's out. I'm over. I'm done with this. So the next morning, first thing I go home and think about it, I'm like, I got to cancel the third date. Like I'm not going to waste anybody's time, right? Like that's stupid. So I wake up. We're both early risers. It's like 7 a.m. and it's Cinco de Mayo. He sends me a 7 a.m. Bitmoji of him. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And I was like, oh, I'm about to crush this guy's whole day. I was like, hey, really polite, but straight to the point. You are super attractive.
It's not you, it's me.
You've been a gentleman the whole time, but there's no romantic. I'm not clicking romantically. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I don't want to waste your time and your money. And I'm canceling our date and best of luck to you, you know?
It's very mature.
I was just it was a really mature, straight to the point, I'm not going to dick you around type of thing. And keep in mind, it's like 7:30 in the morning. I'm just haven't poured my coffee. I'm just trying to pour my coffee. I hear the little bling text response. I'm like, oh, I hope I didn't hurt his feelings. You know, I'm thinking he's just gonna be like, best luck to you too. Dick pic. And when I say dick pic, it's not a regular dick pic. It's a very full body, black and white, greased up situation.
Greased up?
Mm-hmm.
Was he got tanning oil on or something?
Mm-hmm.
He lubed himself up?
And it wasn't one photo. It was two in black and white, like super like, I don't know how to describe it. It looked like a porn shot.
Edited the photo in black and white. He didn't just send the dick pic. He sent a black and white filter over the dick pic. So he's serious.
It was extreme too. This was not your standard dick pic. I showed a friend of hers who's a gay male and he was shocked. Okay. And then followed by the 2 dick pics was 7:30 a.m. Keep in mind, Wednesday morning. Well, if you ever want my 9-inch cock, just let me know. Emoji, smiley face. And then, in case that wasn't enough, he sends me another one. 9-inch cock, here whenever you're ready for it. Another emoji, smiley face. I'm like, who does this? It's weird. And then I thought, well, I've been out of the dating game. Like, okay, first of all, I was married. I was with my ex-husband for 15 years, rolling right into my next relationship, which was 8 years. I haven't dated since 1995, really. So maybe this is how the world works now. This is just how it is. So I immediately call my daughters, is this normal? Because they get dick pics all the time. Like they're on Snapchat or Instagram, guys DM them dick pics. It's normal for them to get them. But I explained and showed them. They're like, no, that's not normal. It's shocking and insane.
That's
and
not a normal dick pic, Mom.
And I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to take it all in. I haven't had my coffee yet. Like, I'm just trying to like absorb the situation. Is this normal? So that was April. In May, my older daughter's at the beach, same beach where he approached us. He approaches the group there, approaches another mom, and then asks about my other daughter. How old is she? Does she have a boyfriend? And the dad was watching him down the beach and said, I've been watching that guy. He's been scoping everybody out for a long time. I watched him. He's a loner that hangs at the beach. When he approached us, we thought he was with a group of guys that he just wandered up to say hello. And now I'm realizing this is what he does.
He's a predator.
He's a predator. He literally scopes out and goes to the same beach and does the same thing. And that's where we thought the story was over. But no. So during the conversation where we met him and discovered we had all this stuff in common, we mentioned, oh, you were here for breakfast. My daughter works right next door. So now, unbeknownst to me, okay, now, stupid. Now the lesson I learned is don't give strangers personal information, because now he's kind of stalkery and weird, and he showed up where my daughter worked a few weeks ago. She's working. She knows what he looks like, and she knows the whole story. So she's like, oh, no, it's this guy. He sees her rings and says, oh, are you married? She's like, no, I'm 22. I'm not married. He's like, would you like to go out for a drink sometime? She's like, no, my boyfriend's on his way. He was. And he runs. Literally flees the scene because her boyfriend was on his way. I'm like, well, that's weird. A, he showed up, and B, he ran away.
He literally started running?
Running.
Talk about confidence. That's
Damn, the dude ran.
He lacks
ran.
confidence.
He literally ran.
He literally ran. Okay, so now we're dealing with stalkery. I'm like, maybe you should
Maybe he's gotten beat up before.
like maybe you should carry your pepper spray and watch your back and don't be in alleys. Like this is starting to get weird. Then a week later, he shows back up in her store again and is hitting on her brand new intern that just started working there. And the girl, poor girl, she's like 20, 21 years old. She's trying to be polite. He's like, hey, so, and she's just trying, she's brand new. It's her first week at work. And he's like, would you like, pulls the same thing. Would you like to go out for drinks sometime? She's like, well, that's really nice, maybe. And she sees him.
Maybe means no.
And says, can you come to the back of the store? Calls her out. And my daughter goes out there and she does a little damage control to try to get rid of him and told the girl, don't come back, and tried to get rid of him. He stood and wait. He was very persistent.
Didn't she say he was being like rude?
Yeah, very rude. She's working. He interrupted her on the phone. She's like, I'm waiting for her phone number. She's like, she's working. She's on the clock right now. He goes, that's fine. I'll wait. Very persistent, very annoying.
Trying to get laid.
And then he's like, fine, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Yeah, so he stormed out pissed off. Now we got a stalker on our hands, Mr. Dick Pic. So, yeah, that's my first entry into the dating world after my last breakup. So I'm a little reserved now, meeting people, strangers. I don't know. I guess a lot of girls have stories like that.
Maybe that was just a warning.
Well, out of all the stories that I've heard, like the video I did years ago I think it was called the Clueless Creepy Stalker one. That's about a number 2 compared to, the Clueless Creepy Stalker one. That was like number 1. Like that was like one of the worst pickup artist attempts I've ever seen. And that, it's almost at the same level. The other guy was he was literally showing up at this girl's house. She lived with her parents. She was younger. I think she might have been like 17 or 18 or something like that. or maybe he was 16. And he, shows up. I think he put a letter in her mailbox or something like that. And he was just an absolute weirdo.
Personal space.
So
Okay.
don't fucking do that shit, guys. Don't be a bad pickup artist.
Or just ask if they would like to see a dick pic instead of just sending it at 7 a.m.,
I was literally canceling our date because it wasn't a romantic connection. So was it just an aggressive, like, what? I don't understand. I don't know. I am not in this world of dick pics. Like, this is not how I operate because, like, when I used to date, we didn't have social media like that. So I didn't think that I was in the category of people that would receive dick pics, to be honest. I'm like a mom. That's something my kids deal with. So this is the thing now in dating. I mean, I know that you and Anthony did videos.
We did a video, an interview where
this.
he talked about that. It was I think it was the salt dating one.
Yeah.
And then the online dating where he went into that, and
he just puts it out there. But that's at the beginning of meeting people. This is different. This is at the end. So he's just a weird guy. There's weirdos out there. Women have to deal with this weird stuff all the time.
So your sister in high school, she was getting dick pics in high school?
Every girl in high school was getting dick pics. Almost every girl. I feel like it was a very normal thing for guys to just, like, send them. Some guys just mass sent them, too. Like, but there are girls who send pictures back, too. It's like, it's weird when you send it unannounced, and my mom is literally canceling the date with him. Like, that's not the right way to send a dick pic. I feel like maybe some, like, working up to it. I don't know. Like, that was just really out of the blue.
Maybe he thought I was going to change my mind when I saw that monster.
His 9-inch cock.
Yeah. Wow. That changed my mind.
Yeah.
I think that's a guy that's how he thinks. And he's projecting the way he thinks onto the woman.
Maybe he's gotten success from that picture before.
Well,
Probably
yeah.
some girls like that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what his success rate or his conversion rate
I
is.
would love to interview that guy and find out where he learned his skills, what's it's based on, and what is his success rate by constantly Clearly, this guy approaches lots of people. If in our little world, our tiny little bubble where we live, we've got 4 experiences with this guy in a very small period of time. Like, who is he?
He came out of nowhere, too.
He's like the town creeper. So, anyway, they're going to the same beach this weekend. We'll see if there's another update. We'll let you know.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Sure.
Good, wholesome family fun for everybody.